Hello, this is Sean Holiday, and this is my evaluation on production context, specifically, with a video essay. I'm just going to go down some key points and just talk about, in general, what I did on this project and if I faced any problems, sort of stuff like that, and overall evaluate the project. So, the first point is describe what you did. Well, we had to take two examples from class of two different time periods, which were like in a way similar, like in the type of genre, or basically could be a somewhat reboot of the such movie. Two examples from that from class, and then choose our own two examples outside of class. And the two examples I chose from class were Batman 1989, which is obviously from the 80s, and The Dark Knight from post 9/11. And for my outside one, I did Spider-Man 2 from post 9/11, and then Spider-Man Far From Home, which is from modern age cinema. And we had to basically research into these movies and the times they were in, and how cinema was then as well, and overall choose something we wanted to focus on for our video essay. And overall, I chose the effects in these films, specifically with comic book movies in total. And I just researched basically again the times, the movies themselves in general, and then at the end I researched the visual effects of these movies. And then I made my script and overall just made my video essay. With my research from the second point, I feel like that's the most work I sort of did other than actually editing finally and writing the script finally overall. Research was the thing I focused on the most in this project. I felt like really just researching generally these times and how cinema was back then was really interesting, and I also really liked researching into the effects of these big films, which I am a fan of, and that was really interesting. Just reflecting on the learning overall was really interesting, and I think I actually did a lot for that key point of the project. With just developing with the research really made me know what I was going to do overall. When I was researching these films, I was like, oh, actually, Spider-Man Far From Home has really got a very, very big improvement in visual effects compared to something such as Batman 1989 because of how cinema has grown. And that's why I really wanted to make the final video essay about effects in these films. Some issues for my next point I faced in this project. I actually this time never really did this because I felt comfortable sort of working on my own on a project like this. I'd say sort of because admittedly we did have our half term with Christmas and New Year's. I felt like in them weeks I did no work at all, to be quite honest. I sort of did my work before and after the holidays, and I felt like I could have done more work then. And I'd say with just equipment, it was my fault for not checking. But I don't think the microphone for the sorry, I forgot the name. The Zoom I used was working, so I had to just use the main mic on the Zoom and just sort of weirdly record the audio like that. And plus, I didn't have any batteries included, so it was a trouble facing batteries, but I eventually found them. That was just a bit of a problem, but that was sort of my own fault for just sort of like going for the equipment on the first day back of college, since there was a lot of people, including the second years of this this type of class, with media, were needing equipment, and I sort of used the last Zoom out of them all. So yeah. Just how I overcame them. Found my own batteries, and again, I used the mic on there, and it worked out in total. I think the audio actually came out mostly good with that. I think with the music, it worked really well with the sort of tone I was going for in this video essay. Discussions is one of the points on the sheets. Since it was a project where we had to work on, I wouldn't say I had much discussion of them, just thoughts, which I mentioned previously with I built up the research to make the eventually good video essay on effects in superhero movies, well, comic book movies. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to talk about other than the last comment, which is audience feedback. I've only just properly uploaded the video today from me recording, so I haven't got much feedback. I showed a clip of it, which was the intro to some. Who was it again? Yeah, it was my grandma. It's because I was sort of just looking back at it on the night, and she sort of just seen it. I was just like, it was a project I was working on at college, and she said it looked good, but I'm not trying to be offensive in any way, but my grandma doesn't really watch video essays, so she wouldn't. And I'm not trying to be cocky here, but she wouldn't really know what it was. So I think it's just being a supportive grandmother in total. And one or two people that are being around today have seen the intro, just looking at it on YouTube as well, and they say it's good. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about audience feedback. Just in total, I think with how I edited on this was a big improvement of how I've edited so far, even including on outside projects. I think editing is definitely the role I'm really getting into. I think I just love the concentration of it, and overall just feeling good when something turns out really good on it. And yeah, editing's definitely something I'm really enjoying and something I really want to develop more in the future. So that was my whole evaluation on this project, and I think I've done a good job personally, but I'll just have to wait and see on the deadline day to see how I did. So thank you for watching.